Do you know how to decalcify your pineal gland? I didn't know how to decalcify my pineal gland, and it made me very curious. So I did some research, and I'm going to go over today what that research said. Okay, so if you do not know me, I am Dunyale. Welcome, 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 beautiful souls, elevators. Those who are trying to take it one day at a time instead of trying to make massive leaps. Listen, today you're going to have an amazing day. Tomorrow's going to be an amazing day, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, and I think it's important that we understand how this is affecting our body. How does our pineal gland affect our body? What does it do? What is its functions? What are the things that we really need to understand about the pineal gland and how it affects our soul? Okay, this is really important. So today, let's dive deep. Okay, let's start off by letting everybody know that the pineal gland is a pea-shaped it's like a little tiny thing in the middle of your head. You can't feel it, but it's in the middle of your head, right? And it's very protected. It's heavily guarded, okay? So just think about it like that. It's heavily guarded and it's super powerful though. Number one, it regulates through your sleep, and there are many spiritual traditions that says that this pineal gland connects us to higher consciousness. Okay, so think about it. It's like your own little GPS through the spirit. All right, like through your intuition, through your peace and understanding, clarity, right? So that's important here. That's super important here, especially when we are on the journey of shifting and changing and allowing ourselves to just be open to the idea of understanding who we are on what level and how our body totally functions, because a lot of us don't know that. A lot of us don't know a lot of these things. Like, I didn't know that much about the pineal gland. I knew that, it had something to do with our spirit, it has something to do with our soul and how we connect, and how a lot of people are able to tap into their psychic abilities and things like that. I felt like that was the reason, right? Maybe they had a decalcified pineal gland. That's why they were able to do that. But I think it's a little bit deeper than that, okay? So let's talk about number one. In your pineal gland is literally like helping you with your peace, your intuition, your clarity, okay? And then what we got to understand is like where we're going with it, okay? What are we doing? How are we using it effectively? How are we using it effectively? Are you using your pineal gland effectively? Because I don't think I'm using my pineal gland effectively. All right. And some of the ways on how we can do this is through meditation. Okay. Everybody knows I'm a meditative girl. Okay. I love to get everybody into a zone where they're opening up to meditation. Meditation is important, like on so many levels, because when we are simply just trying to shift and change our lives, meditation brings that clarity, it brings that calmness, it brings that peace, it regulates that stillness within your body. Okay, now it's okay when you first start meditating, you're gonna always feel like, oh, I may not be doing this right, because you're gonna feel like you need to move. You're gonna feel like, oh, I need to think about this, or you're gonna watch all these thoughts and stuff come across, but that's just simply it. You don't engage in the thought, you hear the thought and you let it go. You see the things that are appearing and you let it go. You're just in the moment, you're just watching, you're observing, and you're breathing. That's clearly it. Like, it's not hard at all, guys. So if you've never meditated before, I hope this helps you, okay? All right, now meditation is simply being still, it's quieting the mind and becoming more aware of the now, right? Our world is very busy. So everybody has all these things that they're doing. Everybody has all these new technologies that's coming out. There's lots of distractions. There's the type of music. There's the movies. There's the people. There's the work-life balance. Like, there's a lot of things. But being able to turn it off 20 to 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, like, is like crucial. it brings you so much peace and clarity. And then you'll realize, like, hey, this feels good. Like, I want to do this again. I want to do this again. And then it becomes an everyday thing, or you can do it whenever you choose to do it. However, let me make this clear. It is not going to happen and switch for you overnight. It's something that you have to practice and work at, right? So just like anything, you're going to have to do it continuously to see any real effects and results, okay? Now, how does this affect your soul, your body, and your brain, okay? Because it's really important, okay? When you sit still, when you breathe, you are connecting to you. You're reconnecting to your soul by through your breathing, right? And it's literally activating the pineal gland naturally. A lot of people will tell you to, oh, take this, do that, do this, but this is a natural way to do everything that you are trying to do. And not only that, but it feels amazing, okay? It feels good to disconnect from everything, to not have to worry about stuff during that time, okay? Now, you're going to sit and breathe and tune in. Your brain eventually starts to shift from this busy active mode to wanting to be calm, peaceful, and relaxed, okay? The stress levels goes down. Your heart rate starts to slow up a little bit. Your brain waves that goes from the beta side, which is your flight, your go, 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 let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, will start to calm, and your intuitive state starts to come forward. Meaning you'll notice that you may start to be like, I want to go do that today. And then you realize, like, oh man, like I really did need to do that today. Like your intuitive state kicks in more, okay? And this is called your alpha theta state. Now, the pineal gland really starts working during that time when your brain starts to calm and your heart rate slows and you're in that peaceful state. You're sitting there with your eyes closed. It is literally allowing you to activate your pineal gland naturally, okay? Because it's producing chemicals that creates this feeling of connection, peace, bliss, okay? Anybody who meditates, like for real meditates, they understand like this feeling feels amazing. Like you can do it all day if you could, okay? Now, you start to feel more like you. You get back to that feeling like you're not the bills, you're not the stress, you're not the things outside of you, you're not your job. You feel more aligned. You feel more aligned with who you want to be, that peaceful, loving state side of yourself, okay? Now, let's talk about what calcification is to the pineal gland because it's really interesting, okay? Over time, the pineal gland gets calcified. We know what that's from. We know it's from the toothpaste. We know it's from the fluoride in the water. We know that it's from the snacks and foods and stuff that we eat. They're not good for us on no level. Like, it doesn't really matter how good it tastes. If it's not good for you, then it's time to maybe walk away from those things or limit yourself to the smallest portions or amounts that you are willing to do. Because to be honest, like it's not helpful. Okay? It's not helpful, okay? Now you have to think about that. It also can calcify from stress. Have you been living in a stressful state? Have you been in that place where you just felt like, man, like, when is life going to change? When am I going to get out of this feeling of feeling like I need to pull my hair out? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many people living in that state, okay, that we are not even aware of it a lot of the times because it's normal. It's normal for you to be stressed out, struggling, sick. You understand what I'm saying? Like people, this is a normal behavior here in America. And it's like people don't really realize it. Yeah, I got the gout. I got this. I got that. Like they're okay with it. Even though they don't want to be sick, they're still okay with it because a lot of the behavior shifts don't switch until you start to get sick. But why wait until you're in that stage or in that phase where you are, you know, unable to take care of yourself and live the active, beautiful life that you wanted to live? Like, start now. Start now. And even if you have an ailment, A lot of the ailments are reversible, okay? And that's by eating plants, okay? That's by being vegetarian, vegan, fruitarians, all these things. Like, do your research and find out what that is for you. Because a lot of the stuff that stems from the junk food, the refined sugars, and meats, okay? So, and it's different for everybody. Your body may be able to handle meat where somebody else's body may not be able to handle it so well. Okay. So find what it is. I find that Dr. Yaki Awakening, if you don't know him, find him because he is incredible with the knowledge as far as how to heal your body. Or look up Dr. Bobby Price. I love following them. I love watching them. I love seeing their journey and where they were and where they are now, because it's really important that our bodies has to continue functioning and being healthy in order for us to be using it as a vehicle, right? Our bodies is usually I can't even talk. Our body is our vehicle, okay? It's a vehicle for our soul. And if we're going to continue being able to efficiently use our bodies, we have to be able to do the things that we need to do. I'm sorry if you guys hear noise. I have the window open. I was burning my sage and clearing energies, and you know, I love having the fresh air coming in and hearing the birds chirp. And it's early in the morning too, so it's not like, it's really hot or anything. It's kind of chilly actually. All right, guys, like you'll notice you'll feel foggy and disconnected and stuck in survival mode. That's how you know your pineal gland is decalcified. It's also your trigger for needing to meditate, okay? This is your warning sign. This is the things like if you feel any of this, it means you need to meditate, all right? All right. Now, how does the calcification affect us? Because that's really important. It can block you creatively, spiritually, emotionally, sometimes physically, because your body will tend to react to it, the calcification. Like you might not be sleeping well, you know? It might be something that is happening in the background, but it plays a crucial part, right? And if it's playing a crucial part, like you don't want something muffled happening in the background and you're unaware of it, if especially if you can change it, especially if you can fix it, especially if you can be in that place of peace and love and just allowing yourself to open up and trying something new, because a lot of this information is new to a lot of people, okay? Now, it's a powerful signal inside of you, but it can sometimes, like I said, be muffled. You may not notice that your pineal gland are sending you those little pings and nudges, right? You might feel low sleep, low energy. You might feel numb to life, period. Like a lot of people get depressed when they start feeling numb to life, but they don't really understand that depression, that anxiety, all of that is them needing to disconnect and go inward, okay? Sometimes it's nothing wrong with you except for the fact that you need to unplug from everything else. Stop thinking about what everybody else doing. Stop worrying about what everybody else doing. Change your diet and go inward more. You have to meditate, okay? That helps with depression. That helps with anxiety. That helps with a lot of things, actually. Even illnesses, okay? But everything that, like I said, is reversible. Like you can decalcify your pineal gland. And I'm going to tell you a few things that's going to help, okay? Now, you can reverse it by drinking clean, fluoride-free water. It's in the water. I hope you guys aren't drinking tap water because that is, no, okay? No. Eat more fruit, raw fruits, okay? And make sure you clean them very well. Get your baking soda, get your apple cider vinegar, clean the outside. Let it soak in there. I like to put it in the water, put my baking soda, then pour my apple cider vinegar with mother in it and scrub the outside. And then it's ready to eat, okay? Now, you should eat more raw fruits and greens. Avoid processed junk food. We love our junk food here, but at the same time, no matter where you are all over the world, if it's not a healthy snack, you need to be coming away from it, especially in 2025, moving into 2026. There is some massive shifts that are happening on a spiritual level. There are lots of things happening in our physical things in our physical world that has to play out. And in order for us to get through them and be strong through them and be able to walk in our power and stand in our birthright, we're going to have to be strong and mentally clear, okay? So avoid the processed junk as much as possible. Use herbs like cilantro, turmeric, and sea moss, which actually, guys, you can make sea moss very well. You can mix it with applesauce, and it's so amazing. It tastes really good to me. I don't know. Maybe you'll like it. And get lots of sunlight. I know a lot of people try to avoid the sun like the plague, but let me tell you something. You really need it. You're getting light codes. You're getting energy from it. You're getting the download that you need from the sun. Guys, get out there and be in the sun. I know it's hot. I know it's hot. But get out there. It's important, okay? It's important for your soul. It's important for your body, all right? Get out there. And you know what I'm going to say? Get out there and meditate. Get out there and meditate and ground, all right? Now, one way to decalcify is through meditation, right? We already talked about that. Every time you meditate, you're giving your pineal gland a chance to breathe. It's like stopping, pausing, and now your gland can expand and go back to center. Now, it's kind of like when you do decide to take that pause during meditation, you're awakening it. So if you think about you cleaning and clearing your pineal gland during that time, that's really important, especially when you are in the zone where you are just trying to actively be healthy overall or spiritually on a spiritual level, okay? It's really important. Now, the other thing, you don't need fancy music. You don't need gurus. You don't need nobody telling you like, hey, this is how you like. But what you do need to understand is that you're clearing out the mental clutter, that you're reactivating your inner compass, that inside of you, that portion you were born with, that part of you that just is at peace and calm and loving and just wants the best for you, okay? That's what you're activating. So you don't need it. You don't need all these fancy things. I'm trying to tell you guys, you just need to sit, you need to breathe, and you need to be aware. You need to drop into that awareness, okay? And you can start this by 5 to 10 minutes a day. Me personally, I would always recommend 15 to 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, an hour if you can. The longer you do it, the more you activate, the more you drop into that feel-good feeling, right? So it's important that we understand that, all right? And let's talk about the spiritual path. Now, for the real reason why we're here watching this video, okay? How does it affect your spiritual path, okay? Your pineal gland, it clears and it opens your mind. It quiets your mind, and your spiritual path becomes a lot clearer. You start to feel more connected to your intuition, your purpose, your inner knowing, and it's like unlocking a new level of yourself, right? Because like when you're in that space, like you may not have noticed how good it feels to be on a spiritual path. You may not have felt like life was going well. You may not have felt like your finances were in place, but once you start meditating and understanding that your pineal gland, the meditation, all this play a part in your reality, it's going to allow you to stop, expand, be able to breathe, and decide and get clear about the next steps that you want to take in your life, okay? Like, I know that a lot of people may sit and say, like, yeah, but how does that help? But it actually does, though, okay? Even for meditating for a few minutes, it's like you're activating that inner compass within you, okay? The coach within you, the best friend within you, right? So understanding that meditating is like really important, okay? Is really, really important to our everyday life and being able to unplug. So teaching your children, you teaching your family members, you saying these things and telling them why meditation is so important is honestly, to me, is kind of cool. All right. I think it's kind of cool. You being able to help other people up or reach back and help other people up with the knowledge that you've learned is actually going to benefit other people. Not only that, but when you heal yourself, you help heal the collective. And I know a lot of people, they just, they don't really care about that because they're trying to figure out, like, how can I do me right now? But at the end of the day, there's nothing much that you have to do except heal yourself. And this is a part of that healing journey in healing yourself. If you don't feel the need to heal yourself, fix that broken side of yourself, love yourself more, have fun more, breathe easy. And I don't mean fun like, hey, let's go drink and smoke. Like, I'm talking about like real clean fun. Like, if you can't just actually tap into the goofy side of yourself, the fun side of yourself without vices, then you know that it's time to go inward. If you can't enjoy yourself or feel comfortable or relaxed, then you know it's time to go inward. There's a lot of things on this list that we can go over and over and over. However, everything is a reason for you to go inside yourself. Okay? Nobody can fix it for you. Ooh, excuse me. Nobody can fix it for you. Nobody can make it happen. You have to be willing to make it happen. You have to be willing to make sure that you're doing what you need to do, okay? So be sure that you understand this. It affects your spiritual path because it allows your spiritual path to become clearer. It allows you to be more open, to expand, to love, to be at peace, to decide and get clear about your next steps that you are taking and feel more connected to your intuition and purpose and your inner knowing, okay? So guys, that is it for this video. Stay tuned for the guided meditation that I'm going to do for the pineal gland, okay? All right, guys, until next time, see you later. Peace.